Halacha Yud Gimel and Hilchis Tisha Siman Kuf Chav Daled Asr Lishol B'Shalim Chaveirei. In Halacha Yud Gimel he says it is also forbidden to go to somebody and say Smachti, how you doing? Kagdila, Chulu V'Gimel V'Dal. All the nice lashonis, and he says even in to say in Tzafra the Mora, even to say in Aramish to show him that you're shtikl and avelus is also to ask Shalom Shleimai from a person on Tisha B'Av. I feel Leimer Tzafra Tava, even to say good morning in Aramish. Kayetze by Osir. Even Amaretz, we're not talking about Amaretz that doesn't know how to learn. We're talking about an Amaretz. Depends on Amaretz that doesn't know how to learn, but there's also Amaretz people that work with Hadama. I thought that like the Frierdiker Rebbe brings down the Amaretz is someone that works. He Pasha works with the Aretz, or a Ibid Kechavim, or a guy. Kitzur, if somebody comes and he does say Tzafra the Mara, he says good morning, and you're gonna ignore him, right? It's not the greatest thing, you know. Somebody doesn't know it's Tisha B'Av, and he tells you good morning. So he says over here, you should answer him in a rough way, in a good morning, you know, good morning, you know, not so loud, rough, weak. He doesn't say it out loud. The person shouldn't get upset at him. Wow, these Jews, I say good morning, doesn't answer, is it? You're not allowed to send a present to your friend on Tisha B'Av. It is the same idea of asking, how you doing? Lo yitayil, it says you shouldn't go stray, you know, to the shuk. Lo yitayil b'shuk, go out there to the store and take a shtickle walk, to go start buying your shopping, you know, go for a shtickle trip. Shlo yavdi de schayk simcha, you shouldn't come to schayk and simcha. Yishun tabak, someone that wants to smoke tabak. Yesh oisrim, you should tell him behind this Tisha B'Av asur. The same thing is with Rosh Hashanah. The Rebbe Rayatz is mamish shar for the shinest. People shouldn't be smoking on the Rosh Hashanah. Mechlal, so here we're speaking about Daf Tisha B'Av. Nish matirim lachar tzaharaim. Betzina toich beisay. Some people want to be matir after Chatzois, which we're already after Chatzois. That's why I'm sitting on a chair. What the idea here is that he says betzina in your house. Kitzur, we're not going to get into it, but you should be careful not to smoke on the tiniest befrat Tisha B'Av. Halacha tezva bin malacha, someone that he has to do his work. He works on Tisha B'Av. You could wait a little. It's not makiv. You don't have to do it right now. Even if it's not ma'ase umun, which is something which is a expert's malacha, umud doing the malacha, ela ma'ase hediyot, it's a regular person's job. Also balaylo, Tisha B'Av by night is also b'yoyim ad tzarayim by daytime till chatzos. Avol davar she'ein by shihu k'yoyin hadlakas neiris kshira. Okay, it's by if there's something which he has to do right now, turn on the light, which is lighting candles or tying something, sending something, whatever, something that has to be done right now. Mutter, it is mutter la'achar tzarayim isu kol malachis, and that's dafka before chatzos. However, after chatzos, kol malacha, every single malacha is allowed to be done. Chein ma'asa matan, and ma'asa matan, not only a malacha but pashat buying, selling, what you have to do after chatzos. Noigim la'asr kreid matzarayim, before chatzos it's asr, but la'achar tzarayim matirin, after tzarayim ma'asa matan, buying, selling, negotiating, what you have to do after chatzos on Tisha B'Av is mutter. Av mishu yari shemayim, somebody has yiras shemayim, fear of the Eibishter, of the shemayim, yesh lo la'achmir kol ha'yom bein malacha bein ma'asa matan. Even if it's a malach, even ma'asa matan, something which is yesh b'shos, there's hours, there's time to wait. It's not uman's malacha. It is uman's malacha. This yad shmetz, he says you should not do it on Tisha B'Av. Because today is Churban Bayis, the basement was burnt. Avelus. If you have a that works for you, a nurse, I don't know how to say it, someone that works in your house, a cleaning lady, or you have a secretary, that does your job. Mutar las is called malach. They're allowed to do every single malach that needs to be done. It's something which is going to get lost. If you're afraid that something is going to be lost, you're allowed to do it even by yourself. So he says, he gives a mashal lachlev aparis to be machlev, to milk the cows. It's better that you should do it through a ovid kichab, not the person himself, even though we said that a malacha, which could be done through somebody else, should be done by somebody else. He doesn't want to lose money. If it could be done by ovid kichab, it should be done by ovid kichab. And if it is not able to be done by the guy, by the ovid kichab, by the secretary, by the guy in the farm, or I don't know who, so he says he's allowed to do it by himself. Halacha tezayin, no igim she'ein yishin ala safsal. We don't sit on a bench, on a chair. Loi balayla, v'loi bayim, not in the nighttime and not in the daytime. Ad lachar tzaroim to chatzos, ki im al ha'aretz, on the floor. Lachar tzaroim, and after chatzos matirin, we say it is mutter to sit on a chair. Avo shar dvarim, but all other yonim hasurim, all other things which we said are asur to do on Tisha B'Av, it is asur to do it till it says ha kai chavim. Lachir zayin leim shnoi lahachin tzachir suuda ad lachar tzaraim avla tzerich mitzvah mutter. Lachir zayin says that if you have to prepare food, suuda, if it's not a suuda's mitzvah, you should not work on it before chatzos. You should start only after chatzos. If there has to be a bris, it's on the 8th day, Yom Hashmini, falls out on Tisha B'Av, and you have to give the bris. The bris is today. Mali noise, you do the bris. After kinois, you do the chop. The father of the nima, the mother, the sandig, and the mayil, those 4 people are allowed to wear big day Shabbos, nice mechabedik kleder, and after the bris we take it off. We light up the shul or the place wherever it's going to be with neiros. And the kais that was made for the bris, the kais yayin, whatever it was, we give to a tinai to drink from ayin la'el simin kofcha beis ivches. Same thing is with yayin in the Tisha sayamin. Halacha yud tas. By minche manichin talis tefillin the brachos. You put on a talis tefillin, you make a bracha. You're allowed to wear tzitzis. You're allowed to have tzitzis already. You have to finish off the shiurim. Well, we didn't say by shachris. We finish it off with tefillin before mincha, which would be shir shel yom kave aleinu tehillim u'shar hadvarim shechasu b'shachris. V'emrim ashrei Chatzi Kaddish, you finish off the tzirachim of Shachris, you say Chatzi Kaddish, you take out the Sefer Torah, you give 3 aliyahs, Maftir, then there is the Yahalu, and then again Chatzi Kaddish. Kenem Torah, Maftirin K'may V'shar, Tainis Tzibur, Machlisin as a Sefer Torah, you save the Torah, goes back into the Arna Kodesh, and after that, V'eman Ashlech Tzibur, Chatzi Kaddish, again he says Chatzi Kaddish, Mispam Shmona Esther, Midam Shmona Esther, V'emrim Nachim. Very important to remember not to forget that Nachim once a year, because you could just continue in your davening, you're so involved in your davening and what should be the menu for supper, so you could forget the Nachim in the middle of your Shmona Esther. So he says be careful to remember Nachim, and say it in the davening before the Tzemach Lo Davtcha, right? Birchas Yerushalayim, the bracha of Yerushalayim, he says, if he forgot, he says it after Aneinu, Baruch Menachem, you say it after Aneinu in Shema Kileinu, and you finish off Ki Ata Shemeya. And if it happened to be that he forgot to say it before, where he was supposed to say it before, as tzamach after Yerushalayim, and he forgot to say it in middle of Shema Keleinu. She says over here, Kim Gam Shom Lenizkar Alach Shom Baruch Hashem Gomer Abrach Shemayat Vilo. Bispalke said he continues davening being Tzaralach, like the Prima Gotten says. Forgot to say Nachim and Shema Keleinu. Continue davening. The Eibishter out is good and fine. Shliach Tzibur, Shliach Tzibur the Chazan Chazaras Hatzvilo Imer Birchas Kenim. By Mincha he does say Birchas Kenim. Ma'ashein Kein. However, in Shachas we say he doesn't say Birchas Kenim. Achrat Tvilo after davening he says Kad Yishalim Im Tiskabel. V'chayot Tzina Tvilo we take off the Tilim Mispalim Maidiv, and after that, if it is before Maidiv, you daven Maidiv. And if you didn't make Kiddush Levana, and there's a Levana outside, Mekachin they say we do Kiddush Levana, and he brings down something very important. He says over here, Va'ayin, the Simon Tzadik Zayin. See, if you the Aleph should you should taste something before you say Kiddush Levana. So that's why it's very important that in Shul there is a psashtikul juicy and chveis, mezainis, v'chulav v'gemer. So you could taste something before you go out to say Kiddush Levana. In Shul, you wash your hands, you rinse out your mouth, and you say Kiddush Levana. Halacha chav tainis. B'shiva b'Tanya is a braise. B'shiva b'av on the 7th day of Av. The churban, the bayis, the whole idea here started on Zayin, Ches, Tes, Yod. 4 days of Churban Bayis. We're going to see it says in the Braise, B'shiva b'av nichnasu ha'goyim le'eichel. On Zayin of the goyim came into the heichel. V'achlu v'shaslu v'kilkulu b'ay. They ate and they drank and v'chulu v'gei. They did what they had. They did shtuyis, shtusim ha'avalim. They destroyed the place in the heichel. B'shvi, Zayin, B'shmini, Ches, B'chi. On Tisha B'av, the Eis Erev, closer to the Erev, they lit the fire. Till Yod, by Shkia, the fire was burning in the Heichel. And this that we didn't be koiveh the tinus on Yod. Even though most of the Heichel was burned Davke when on Yod. He says, we go after the beginning of the Puranas which started on Tisha B'av. And he brings down over here from the Yerushalmi, Rabbi Avin, he's Anod Chi Vasiri. Rabbi Avin fasted on Yod, Tes Yod. Rabbi Levi is on Chi V'Leila Siri. Rabbi Levi fasted on Tisha B'av and Yod by night. He didn't have enough koyach to fast the whole Yod, but he fasted a little bit on Yod. Yeah. So he says over here, Rabbi Levi Chi V'Leila Siri. B'nei Shelo Yoy Koyach L'Isan is called Hayom Asiri. Isan Rak Halayla. Well, and us today, Tosh, we don't have too much koyach. Just Tisha B'av. Machmirim Shelo L'Oichel Basar. Machmir not to eat meat. Shelo L'Ishtoi Sayin, and not to drink wine. B'Leila Asiri, not the night of Tisha B'av. Of course, it's Tisha B'av. We're talking about Motzi Tisha B'av. Yud, the night of Yud tonight, it is also for drinking wine also or meat. He says over here, and not tomorrow. Erev Shabbos, Ad Chatzos, the next day, Yud by day, Till Chatzos, it's also to meat, wine. If there's a Sudas mitzvah, then you're allowed to. We don't make the brach of Shechianu. And also, it is also to make a laundry or take a haircut on Yod. And it's good to be machmir the whole asiri, not just tochatzos. However, this is not if it is Shabbos. If Erev Shabbos, like this year, falls out on Yud, you're allowed to do what you have to do. Shabbos, take your haircut, cut your nails, make a wash, whatever it is. Someone that could hold himself back on Yud to be machmir and all the Yanim on a regular year, on a regular asiri of Reise Meshubach. If asiri yechol b'Erev Shabbos, mutar l'luchot to his taper or l'chabis miyad v'shachris mipnei kavod haShabbos. Right by the morning. We don't have to wait till chatzos. You could do it right away. Erev Shabbos, Yud, Erev Shabbos. You're allowed to do it again right away. Mishachris from the morning. Halacha chafa'alev yuladas, a lady which is nursing, even though she fasts after the first week, she doesn't have to. She's from the week after the Leidah, she's considered a chela she'im masakana. He says, she's allowed to have basar v'yayin on the night of Yud. Halacha chav beis, the last halacha of this siman, the kuf chav daled, nachon shaloi the shamish mitasi leila asiri. He should be careful that on the night of Yud, not only Tisha but also leil asiri, he shouldn't be mishamish mitasi. If this is im like Julel Tvila oy shu yaitze the derech oy bomin derech, and this is davke, we're talking about somebody which it's not considered. If it's not Leil Tvila, of course he shouldn't. Or if he's not bomin derech or yaitz min derech, he wasn't home for a period of time, so then of course we're not talking about such a person. This is Yod for a regular person. Also for the idea of Tashmish on Yud by night. Adkan Simin Kufchav Dalid, and the Rik it is Yoinecho, Sechazeneinu, the whole alle Titus, alle gute Sachen. Yahafik Lasasan, the Simche, Lebshel Zahaben Rachmanis, and Gain Eretz HaKedish. Take it from me on Mamish. Now. We want Mashiach now.